everyone, and welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. Today what we're going to be making is positive and negative art. We're going to be taking some colored paper and we're going to be cutting out shapes and doing one side of the paper positive and one side of the paper negative. I'm going to be doing a few examples, but you can do any kind of shapes you want. So just watch how I do it and then you can go ahead and do your own drawing. It could be abstract, it could be figurative, whatever you want it to be. So go grab a piece of colored paper, a pair of scissors, and some glue, and let's get started. So for positive and negative art, all you're gonna need is either a page of your sketchbook or a blank piece of paper. It can be any color as your base paper. I'm gonna be using white, and then a piece of colored paper. Now it doesn't have to be a full sheet, it can be just a scrap that you have, or it could even be a piece of newspaper, a piece of a magazine, a cardboard box, anything would do. It would just have to have some kind of contrast to your other paper. So the first thing is we want our white paper to be the same size as our colored paper, and if it's not, what you can always do is just draw the same size box over on the other side to give it that mirrored effect. So I'm gonna start with this black piece of paper and I'm just gonna do a simple shape, okay? So if your page is bigger and you don't wanna cut it out of your sketchbook, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draw the shape in twice. I'm not gonna draw it down the middle, I'm just gonna keep it nice and still and flip it over. So I'm gonna start again right here. So it's right in the middle. I'm gonna draw in my shape again. So here is my box, you can lightly see it. Now for my positive and negative, I'm gonna draw in my first shape, and I'm gonna do two hearts. I'm gonna do a heart, half of a heart, so it's arching up, coming down, and coming down to a point right there. Now I'm gonna cut that out. And this will be my negative side, and right here I'm going to put my positive side. So you can see I'm lining it right up, and we have our positive and our negative. Now I could go ahead and I could do even one more. Let's elevate this a little bit. Let's draw. It doesn't have to be another heart, it could be a star. And I'm just going to do some points. And once I'm happy with it, I'm gonna cut it out. Okay, now we put the heart back right where it was. And now we'll put the star back. And make sure when you're taking it out, if it's like this, you're gonna flip it and it's gonna go right there. And we can go back and forth as many times as we want. We could even cut something out from over here and put it over there. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna glue this down. Remember, a little bit of glue goes a long way. We don't necessarily have to glue every single part of it down, just enough to keep it flat. So there is our finished positive and negative. Let's go ahead and do one more. So I have my full sheet of white and I'm gonna do half a sheet of this green. I'm gonna go ahead and fold it and cut away. And you can see I'm just using a scratch piece that I had. Anything you have will do. There we go, there's my half. You can see this will be mirrored on the other side. And let's go ahead and do an apple. So I'm going to start with my half oval arch shape. That'll be my first part. And I'm gonna do a leaf at the same time. I'm gonna cut out those two shapes. So that would be over here, and then that leaf. So this part will be here, and this part will be here. Now I'm gonna go ahead, just like we did for that heart and star, and I'm gonna do another part. Maybe I'm gonna do the apple core. Right there, cut it out, and it's gonna go over here. Oops, that's upside down, there we go. And now if I want to do one more thing, let's put a seed. And we could even do it where it's not touching the edge, or we could just bring it out ever so slightly so it does touch that middle. And you could also draw things in to make them be positive and negative, like we could draw the seed in. And there it is. There is our apple done in positive and negative. Let's glue it down. We're gonna always start with our bigger piece. The way we drew it is the way we're gonna glue it. So we cut this one first, we glue, then we glue, and we glue, and we glue, and we glue. Don't start with the seed and try to work your way the other way, otherwise it may not turn out perfect. There is our finished apple and our finished simple shape. So I hope you had fun making your positive and negative art, and maybe you tried out a few different types, maybe you just did abstract. I'd love to see what you did. And let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this, what you want to see in the future, and we'll always make art that you want to make. So I hope to see you next time, and make sure you subscribe and like below. That way you get notified every time I post a new video. Bye, friends.